Hey, what's going on, guys? Dan with Barrel Blazing Barbells. I'm back. I got Officer Eric with me, and today we're gonna kind of do some fun stuff with this guy here. This is the RTS Tactical Mini Shield. So we're gonna go over and kind of get his thoughts and opinions on it. But before we do that, Eric, give us a little background, time, and different stuff you've been involved with.
So I've been a certified officer since 2020. I've been with my local agency since getting close to 2 years now. I've been on our SRT unit since January. I've trained with them. I've also just got done doing basic SWAT about a couple months ago.
Nice. Okay, so you've been out in the field, gotten to experience some real life activities.
Yep, I had my first SRT call out not too long ago. Well, everything went good, luckily, but yeah, that was fun.
That's always a good thing. That always worries me. I've been involved in one event like that from the civilian side, but one event like that, and it was little sketchy to say the least. So good to hear everybody came out okay though. So you got a little bit of hands-on with this thing. We're gonna do a little more here in a little bit, but first thoughts, opinions. Do you think this thing would potentially save lives?
That's the question, right? So when we use a shield, that's the main purpose is to track the bullets, to catch the bullets. That's its only job. So if it doesn't stop the bullet, there's no point to it.
Yeah, you're kind of just carrying weight around if it doesn't stop it.
Right.
So we're gonna test out some couple rounds. Do 9mm 5.56. Might even get the AK out and run some 7.62 by 39, which is rated for all of that. But then we might push the realms of sanity and push up to 4.44 or maybe even that 6.5 creedmoor, which I got a feeling might actually do some real damage to it. Just the velocity and the size of that round. Hopefully not. I hope to be able to say that it's intact when we're done, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
So
I always like pushing equipment to the breaking point. That way you know where you can go with it.
You know how far you can go and what it will actually take and do. So Eric, being out on the field, would you, if your PD offered this guy, was like, hey, we're interested in getting a couple of these, we want to try them out, if they offered it to you, would you carry one in the
That's hard to say, because with all my SRT gear and my cruiser, along with all my patrol stuff that I need to carry, I am running out of room. But, however, with this design, then I think it could slid underneath there, so I think it'd be pretty easy to carry, and then hopefully it's there when I need it.
The other thing I will tell you is this is actually the medium one. They make a larger one and a smaller one. So if room is an issue, that might be something to look into is, hey, if the PD's like, hey, we want to get them, be like, hey, room in the vehicle. I know you guys got computers and all your other gear already in there, so I could see where that would definitely be an issue. Maybe downgrade on the size, not that you want less protection, but being able to get that variable sizing to
right, because if it's not practical, you're never going to use it.
Right, because this thing is, I'm not a small human being, and it covers basically my whole entire body. I'm 6'2" and 210. I'm not small, but
right,
this is large. If you're profiled sideways coming into a door or something, the small one actually for a guy your size might be ideal anyways.
Okay.
So you got hands on with it. You felt the weight. You were able to kind of mess around with the back here and the handhold and the strap. What are your thoughts on the construction of it?
Well, my first impression was they kept it simple. They just basically took a target stand and put a handle on the back of it for the most part. The heaviness of it probably is not bad if you're moving around, but if you're in that position where you have to stand where your position is and hold that shield up for an extended amount of period of time, I can see where it's going to get heavy.
Yes.
Some of the shields that they offer different attachments you can put on your vest and your belt to help support that weight. So that might be a disadvantage that it has.
That's definitely a possibility. My thoughts on it were, hopefully this is only going to be used in an emergency situation where, hey, I'm getting called out to an active shooter event, somebody's house or something like that, and we're having to, enter the home. Hey, I'm going to grab this.
Right. But there's a lot of times where you're in a holding position, you're calling out that person out. It's all dependent on
Right, situations.
You'd be standing there for an hour or you could be standing there for 5 seconds. So
Right.
it all depends.
Yeah, you could be driving down the road and have something giant land on your hood randomly. That happened to me today. So
Yeah.
yeah, overall, I think it's pretty solid construction. I mean, like you said, very simple design, nothing too flashy, fancy.
And maybe where it excels at, the simplicity of it.
I will say the one shield you were telling me about, that it's a little larger with the window. You said those were even heavier.
Yeah, those are the more traditional ones, like a lot of them you see on TV and movies and stuff like that. Those are real heavy. So to hold those in position, it's you have to look like you.
Yeah.
But they also have that belt support sometimes, stuff
Right.
like that too. But I do see some of the technology going out to more of a soft armor. That's obviously then a lot lighter.
Right.
I never seen any ballistics on that. See what it can take, what it cannot take. I mean, there's always give and take, right? You go something softer, you give up a little bit of protection.
Right.
So it all depends on what you want and what your job mission drives you to do.
I know RTS just came out with some new soft armor, and my worry on the soft armor from any manufacturer is always, I seen a video of a guy who made a sweatshirt that's bulletproof, and he shot himself with a 9mm like here, and his instant reaction, you could see instantly he knew he messed up. Like, it was like instantaneous.
You tried to walk it off.
Yeah. But the thing is, with the hard armor, you're absorbing not just the round, but the actual kinetic energy that's it's being displaced. Now, obviously, plates up against your chest, it's hitting. You're still going to feel it, no doubt. But my worry on the soft armor is how much you're going to feel it in that one specific spot versus spread out over a large area.
Correct.
You know, that's the one thing I always think about. Like, I've considered my personal armor changing over to soft, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that or not. So this might, be in
between.
Yeah, an in between to use this with soft armor. I don't know. So, okay. All right, Eric. So one more question for you. Have you ever been in a situation looking back that maybe you'd have been like, hey, if I'd have had something like this, it might have been a game changer. Better this situation.
Yeah, I was on a call of a suicidal male firearm. I didn't have any shields or nothing like that at that time. Luckily, everything turned out okay, but probably would have been a little more comfortable walking into that scene because as soon as I knocked on the door, he was there with the gun. So, and then I had an SRT call out that we did use shields. I wasn't operating the shield, but we did operate them, deploy them. Gotcha.
So it is one of those things that when you're in the field, hey, this is something that I might use. You just never know every situation's going to unfold different. Every situation kind of presents itself differently. So, my thing is just like with my CCW, I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. That's
I've used that saying many times.
Yeah. So, yeah, overall, what do you think?
Overall, I think it's good as long as it holds up to the rounds. I think it's a good, simple design. It's right there in the medium weight range, so and it's small enough to slide into a car on the bottom of a trunk or something.
Right. All right. Well, I think it's about time we do some torture tests.
I agree.
All right. All right, so let's see what we got here. That was the 9mm. And Eric, you're a pretty damn good shot because you hit all three of those really pretty much in the exact same spot.
I don't see any disformation on the back.
No. Thing looks
Definitely
pretty
didn't
solid.
go through.
Yeah, definitely didn't go through. So we'll try some 5.56 next and see what we get.
Yep.
All right, so I knocked it down on that first shot. So we came out to take a look, but as you can see, I think it didn't, you can see the 9mm kind of pulled the polymer away from the plating, but the 5.56 actually looked like it kind of bounced off more than anything.
Right.
No deformation that you can feel.
No.
You can't complain with that.
Nope. Did what it's supposed to.
All right. All right, so we shot it with the 5.56 and the 9mm. Shout out to my buddy Andy for letting me use his Saint Edge evac. We'll do a video on that later. But we wanted to step it up and kind of push the realms of sanity. So I went and got the 444 and the 6.5 Creedmoor Reaper system. So we're gonna see if it'll hold up. Gunner, what do you think? Will it hold up? Yeah, buddy. All right. That'll do some damage, man.
Yeah, I felt a little backlash on that one.
Holy smokes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That one.
This one was sharp.
That one put a little divot in there, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
But it didn't go through.
I didn't go through. And that's a lot of ammunition. That's a heavy round.
That's a big one. Big shot. Is it hot? Whoa. Said I went a little bit too far.
Right here. Here, back up
Ooh,
just a little
hot.
bit. Is it hot?
Yeah.
And it did not penetrate. I'm impressed with that, dude. I figured that
So am I.
6.5 would punch through, but
I
didn't.
just say,
what's crazy is that the 444 divoted it. Like,
Oh yeah.
there's an indentation there, but the 6.5, like it didn't divot it at all. You can see where the spalling was.
hey, I found a
Blasted
little,
out and
little,
around.
little frog last night.
I'm pretty impressed with that, man.
Hey.
'Cause
So am I.
That's close range too.
It's probably going to be closer, or it's going to be larger caliber that I'm probably going to be doing.
Yeah,
Guess
Hopefully.
what I found
hopefully.
from yesterday?
All right, Eric. Well, we put 3 9mm, 5.56, 444, and a 6.5 Creedmoor.
Yep.
And the 444 did the worst overall damage. It did dimple it in, but by no means did it break or crack anything.
No, I was really impressed. Nothing went through. I thought the rifle rounds will definitely make its way through, and none of them did.
Yeah, even that 6.5, and how far do you think that shot was? 30
Probably
yards, 20
30,
yards?
30 to 40 yards, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't very far, considering a 6.5 Creedmoor will travel 1,000. Like, it legitimately can go that
Yeah,
far.
it didn't slow down
overall.
that much going that far.
No. So, just shooting in the backyard. Yeah, man, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty impressed with that.
Yeah, I'm impressed with it too. I thought it would fail with the rifle rounds.
All right, well, any last words and last thoughts?
All right, keep it simple, I guess.
It don't get much simpler. I mean, does the job, protects your freaking ass, so.
Yeah, enough to know I'm getting the hell out of there.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, hey, I appreciate you coming out and doing this for me, giving us your opinion and,
Yeah, anytime.
blasting some rounds with me. All right.